Hello friends, welcome to day 4 of this lockdown and at home. How many of you are really feeling stressed? I really want you to realize if you are feeling stressed or if you are feeling that there is some problem going on. But let me tell you that as the corona data is going all around the world, you might be aware because all the news channels, all the social media, they are bombarding with the data on you. We are having real-time applications and websites providing real-time inputs on the data, and so you are completely and absolutely absorbed with the things, right? And you are aware. But do you know one thing? What this particular tickling clock is doing? It is actually putting you in an anticipatory stress. What do we mean by anticipatory stress? Anticipatory stress, means that a stress of something that can go wrong. All the news channels which are continuously covering the crowds all over India is creating a fear in our minds that this might take a outburst form, right? You have to understand that if we have controlled it right now with this lockdown, we have to stay locked down for next 15 days at the very least. Till 14th April, we have to be absolutely disciplined, absolutely self-controlled, and absolutely self-centered, right? Why it is so? Again, we have to understand that as you see the numbers in Italy, in US, in other places all over the world where the numbers are rising like hell, and you can see what is happening over there. When they all are much more prosperous countries, they are all well developed, the so-called developed countries, and they are not able to tackle this. So India, if we just end up into a outburst of this disease, you can just imagine what will be the condition in India. Although our government is definitely prepared, and I thank PM Shri Narendra Modi for taking all the useful steps. So today I am here not to discuss again the same things, so I'll switch it a little bit. You know actually what this particular thing is doing? It is actually inducing fear in you. It is actually inducing uncertainty in you. And all these things are harmful for us. Let us talk about this today. But before that, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, right? And do not forget to click the bell icon so that I can give you this useful information for next 17 days. I'm going to educate with how this is going to work, right? Now, please understand that in yesterday's video I said that if you do not have a single case noted, and after that if you keep quarantine for 14 days, then that is the end of corona. Your borders are sealed and you do not get any new case. That means that the border is sealed and there are no new cases reported in the town or in the city or in the state. That means that corona is not going to develop or spread until and unless somebody brings it from outside, because the internal factor has already been covered. So this is something you have to understand and you have to accept, right? And that is why we have been in self-quarantine at home, right? It is a sort of self-quarantine for all of us that we are staying in home for 3 weeks. And even if we are not taking out our cars and we are not taking out our vehicles and we are not going outside a lot, even that is helping like hell, because it is actually controlling the spread of disease. That is what is breaking the chain, right? But do you understand that all these media, all the news, although they are doing this for positivity, although they are helping you, keeping you informed about each and every case for positivity, but what they are putting inside you is a time bomb. And the time bomb of corona is being put into you. You are continuously in worry about your relatives anywhere in India or anywhere in world. You are continuously in worry about the people anywhere in India or anywhere in the world. You are continuously worried about your relatives in the same city. You are continuously praying to God that nobody gets this disease. When you know that it has been proven, it has been published in so many newspapers that your immunity is sufficient to fight with corona, definitely the WhatsApp University has educated you up to that extent that you get this detailed news daily in your WhatsApp inbox. There are thousands and thousands of audios, thousands and thousands of videos. There are thousands and thousands of materials floating around in WhatsApp, and all I would request you from my side, from my country's side, and from WHO's side, that do not spread rumors. Please do not support or spread rumors, and if you don't know whether it is a rumor or not, still do not spread it. Do not avoid from all the media. There are continuous press conferencing going on from the government and from WHO around the world and around in India. And if any news is being over there, you will get it right in your inbox in the Twitter. So you will be updated latest by Twitter, because Twitter keeps all the latest news that has been released from any authority around the world. And they are keeping it on priority. Any social media you open, you get a prioritized data which is up to date till the very last minute, right? And giving you information about the disease and its spread. So believe in those and spread those things rather than spreading any article from site, any blog from site, anything from the site. This is the first thing you have to avoid. And why it is important? Because your immunity is a very wonderful thing. Your immunity has definitely more powerful fighters. We have WBCs and we have our Air Force, Navy and Land Force. We have our own forces. There are the T cells, the B cells and the natural killer cells, which are accurate up to the point that if you eat anything, if you ingest anything, either through breathe or through mouth while eating or anywhere, if you ingest one micron particle of virus inside your body, the lakhs and lakhs of WBCs can attack on it and they can just finish it off. Do you understand the power of our immunity? When you are eating something from the outside, from a vendor shop, right, which is not very hygienic, and you eat that whole piece of the burger, the Indian burger or anything, sandwich, right, maybe a sandwich, and you just ingest it in your digestive system, there are millions and millions of bacteria in your digestive system which are there to process this food. And along with that, if there is any negative particle in this particular thing that you are ingesting, right? Still, water balls or pani puris are the most common thing in India that were be ingested. It has stopped only since last Sunday that we are not ingesting them. But before that, we have eaten them, right? So, when you eat that water balls, how hygienic it is, and we know how hygienic it can be if it is eaten from a vendor on a side of a road or on a normal walking street, and when you are ingesting it, whatever germs or whatever infectants are in that are definitely being delineated by your gut cells, and the bad particles from that are automatically ingested, they are digested, they are destroyed, and they are thrown out of the body. Do you understand the extent of immunity you have? Your immunity is self-sufficient. The only thing that can suppress your immunity is stress. Why and how? You can go to my channel, and in my channel there is a playlist known as the morning messages, and in the morning messages you will get a message, get a video by the name Stress and Mind and Body. I would request you to please see that video. The name of the video is Stress and Mind and Body, or Mind and Body and Stress, right? Somewhere it dates to 7th or 8th January 2020, right? And it is in the morning messages playlist in my this particular channel. Please go in there, and if you have got time, see the series of videos starting from 4th of January till 12th of January, because in that I have covered how stress affects your immunology, or what is psychoneuroimmunology. So coming back to a very brief introduction to this topic, whatever you think, it has been proven since 1971. There are researches going on the involvement and the effectivity of brain on the body and its cells and its immunity, right? And hence it is known as psychoneuroimmunology, the effect of thoughts on the neurology and your immunity, right? Because immunity is again controlled by your neurology, right? It is a system in your body that controls the complete cascade of immunity, right? So whenever you are in stress, it causes a release of certain hormones which actually depress the functioning of your stress activating system. That is the HPA axis. We call it as the hypothalamic pituitary axis, right? And it actually causes hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, and HPA axis goes under depression when you are in stress, right? And this particular thing is being generated by the continuous feedback that we are giving ourselves through news, through social media sites, through the notifications we are getting, through the false WhatsApp warnings and messages that we are getting. Please stay aware of them. Please keep yourself busy, keep yourself a little bit away from the green screen. In my house, we have made it a rule that we will watch the news or television related to this only 2 times in a day, or maximum 3 times in a day, right? So I do not read any WhatsApp messages that is related to Corona, because I don't actually believe that whatever is shared on WhatsApp is going to be 100% true. I do not believe. And even if it is being shared by any blog site or any site that is continuously printing blogs, I do not believe on it until and unless I go through the WHO site and I confirm the news. So I do not want to forward, so I don't read, because I don't want to crowd my mind with the negativity so that it is going to affect my stress. So you have to do something good. You have to stay happy. You have to stay healthy. You have to stay cheerful when you are in house, because if you stay cheerful, the whole level of your immunity will be elevated. If you are not cheerful, the level of your immunity will not be elevated, and you will rather go into further depression rather than getting better with this. So this is what is very important for you to learn, that taking stress of things is not going to help us out. What can you do by sitting in your house and worrying about any XYZ person in the world? And even if any of your relative is being detected with coronavirus, and if he is quarantined, definitely if he is quarantined, what are you going to do when you are worrying in your house? So you have to call that person, or you have to stay in touch with that person only to make to assure him that this is okay and his immunity is definitely able to fight the disease. So please understand this. Do not allow your immunity to get low with the negative feeding in your brain again and again whole day. Running the news whole day in various channels and running the news. And then there are channels which are in support of the things going on. Then there are channels which are in against the things going on. And then there are so many political parties which want to create a conflict in our brain, when we are all positive that the lockdown is saving the world and the lockdown is saving the spread of the disease. Then they bring a new topic of migration of workers. So we again get tension that if so many workers migrate, then the corona will also migrate and it will result in an outburst. This all conditioning of the brain is because what we are feeding in our brain with. So today is day 4. I just request you not to get carried away with all these things. Stay calm. Meditate for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Meditate. There are a lot of visualizations. Even my mentor, Mr. Ram Verma, has put 2 visualizations which are wonderful visualizations. Mr. Ram Verma sir has put a angel visualization, which is 20 minutes pure wonderful visualization, which you can do twice a day. That is going to give you the maximum goodness that you want, right? So try to follow it. I myself have modified my routine. I have started doing say 15 to 20 minutes of yoga. I do meditation twice a day. I go for a walk. I have taken the challenge of 10,000 steps per day, and I have almost reached 8,000 steps per day in last 3 days. So I'll be covering it to 10,000 either today or by tomorrow, and then the next 15 days I'm going to walk 10,000 steps per day, either in my house or in the campus of my this thing, or on the terrace. If you have a terrace, you can walk on terrace. You can even walk on in house also. It doesn't make any difference. You have to just increase the laps that you are covering, right? Count the steps and take a laps. You have pedometers available in your Android phone. You can download it for free. There are hell lot of applications with pedometers, and you can just measure that you are walking 10,000. Because exercising keeps your hope high, keeps your immunity good, declutters your mind. And with your children, make a schedule and make it a point that 15 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes you play with your children physically, or you play with your children mentally. You can go for chess, you can go for Monopoly, you can go for top trumps card, you can go for simple playing cards, you can go for Uno cards, you can go for simple snakes and ladders. Take out whatever is there in your house. And I am thankful to the Indian television for starting the epic serial of Mahabharata for 1 hour daily, because even that is going to feed so many positive things in you and so many positive things in your children, where you are away from this clutter of the information that is actually deconditioning your mind. So stay away from this, stay safe, keep yourself safe. That is the only message for day 4, and we'll meet tomorrow on Sunday. And Sunday we are going to do some good activity. I'm going to give you an activity that you have to do on Sunday sitting down. Now again, I have completed my 4th book and I am reading the 5th book today, right? That is the biology of belief, and I am moving towards that direction for I have to complete 21 books in 21 days, and I have almost completed 5th book is going on today on the 4th day. So I am running ahead of the time. So I want you to get bugged up, read at least 1 hour a day, whatever you want to, either through audiobook or any way you want to, right? There are courses of me available for blogging, which are in the description box. There is a number given in description box. If you want a free memory course of 7 days, you can just leave your WhatsApp number on my number given in description box, or you can leave a email on the email given down, and I'll be posting you lectures, 7 lectures for 7 basic memory techniques, free of cost, completely free of cost. And I'll also be sharing discount coupons with you of all my courses that are running on Udemy. So stay tuned, keep yourself busy, learn something new, stay happy. The most important, when you are happy, when your mind is out of fear, your mind is out of uncertainty, at that point of time you will not feel any fear, and that is actually going to improve, that is actually going to upgrade your immunity rather than taking it down, and you will feel fresh, you will feel happy. And the simplest way to overcome all this clutter in your mind is standing in a Superman pose. Stand straight with your shoulders pulled back, with your neck straight, back straight, your tummy pulled inside, and just stand in this way looking towards the ceiling for 2 minutes. Take 5 deep breaths and say yourself, I am safe and my immunity is protecting me. Do this at least 1,000 times a day, and this is the shortest thing I can tell you, right? So thank you for joining me. Today day 4, tomorrow we'll do an activity. Till then, stay safe, stay in home, learn with me, stay happy, enjoy yourself. Take care. Bye-bye.